Hello, my name is Brian Kelly. I'm based at UConn at the University of Bath, and I'd like to present the example that I produced for the Mast Museum event held at the University of Leicester in June 2008. And this is a 3D visualization of museum objects. So in front of you, you see some photographs, a conventional web page, flat web page with various museum objects. And now I'm going to click on this item to start slideshow. And what you have is as you can see, it's a type of 3D visualization of that page. So let's look at some of the slides that are available. So I start off with explaining the business case for developing this prototype. So it aims to provide an engaging way of accessing museums' collections, and in particular to ensure that museums can address some of the challenges of widening participation and social inclusion, and in particular aims to provide a cost-effective solution by using content that has been made available by a number of the museums at the Mast Museum event, and by making use of software tools that are freely available. And I should give thanks to the museums who provided this data, and also Mike Ellis for managing the museum's mashup day and the other participants at the day. So as we can see, we can explore the various resources in a very simple way. We might also need to give some thoughts to the business cases to support this. So one particular model might be advertising. So in this 3D gallery we can negotiate deals with potential advertisers or sponsors. And we also need to think about who might be the significant players in providing this type of service. And I think there are potential partners such as the Cultural 24 organisation, formerly known as the 24-Hour Museum, which has a responsibility to maximise access to museums across the sector, and also to the Collections Trust, who have proven expertise in the management of collections data, and also expertise in issues such as IPR. So we can go through and we can explore some of these slides and some of these photos, and what we see at the end is some additional comments. And in a way, this example is based upon a professional forum that Mike Ellis and myself presented at the Museums and the Web conference in Montreal in April 2008, which explored some of the potential benefits for museums if they open up access to their resources. And here was, after the event, myself and Mike had a well-earned drink and a nice meal. So, and down here we see the participants, the developers at the Mashup Day, because as well as the data and the lightweight tools, an important aspect of this type of approach is making use of the development community, which has a willingness to engage in development activities. And my final comments are to look at some of the provide some of the documentation if you'd like to do this type of service for yourself. So this uses the PicLens plugin, which is available for the Internet Explorer and Firefox browsers. It's based upon processing some simple HTML and RSS files, and I edited these files by hand in order to provide this demonstrator, but a scripter will be able to automate this process in order to develop perhaps a personalized 3D gallery. So the 3D images you see could be the results of a search query, for example. But if you're not a developer and you wish to do something like this, there is a simple publishing tool which enables you to build up this type of gallery, which can be downloaded from the PicLens website. So for the techies, all that's needed is this type of simple RSS file which has links to the image and the thumbnail, potentially the thumbnail, and an identifier for the image which is linked to from the gallery, from the HTML file, and you'll notice two other lines, the link which provides a pointer to the RSS file, and the script which points to the JavaScript file which is used to process this. So in order to do this viewing, simple 2D visualization is available for any browser that supports Flash, and this type of richer 3D gallery will also require the PicLens browser extension to be implemented. And of course, if Flash support is not available on your browser, the end user can still access the static HTML gallery which I demonstrated at the start of this presentation. Possible concerns you may have: accessibility. Well, the forthcoming WCAG 2.0 guidelines is in fact neutral concerning file formats, and as I've just mentioned, the static gallery provides an alternative way of accessing the resources for browsers which lack the Flash support. And the sustainability of the third-party tools, well, it's developed by a company called Cool Iris, and they recently announced that in the venture beat that they had received 3 million funding from a venture capitalist. So I hope this has provided a useful example of an interface, and also some descriptions of the reasons why this service might be important and ways of doing it yourself. Thank you.